Hi everyone. So does anyone out there have gas and bloating no matter what you eat, whether it's healthy or bad food, nausea, perhaps you're having a hard time pooping or you're pooping too much like with diarrhea or going back and forth, heartburn, indigestion, yet you can't quite figure out what's going on. Perhaps you've been to doctors only to be told everything is okay, yet you know there's something wrong. Well, that was me a couple years ago. And I was having significant nausea just all of a sudden, and just difficulty, gas, bloating, difficulty with going to the bathroom. And it was significant enough, I sought out some medical care, and we ran a lot of tests with the medical doctor. I did a whole big blood panel, and I looked perfect on paper. And we did some other medical tests, even including CAT scans and MRIs, only to be told everything looks perfect. And it was so frustrating. And I know that's something my patients tell me a lot, that they know there's something wrong, but they're always told everything's okay. So I know what that feels like. And I know a lot of you out there know what that feels like too. But lucky for me, I had access to a functional gastroenterology test. It looks at stool and saliva, which I ran on myself. And after all that big, fancy, expensive tests, I found out I had an infection and some overgrowth. So it was something wrong with my microbiome. And if you don't know what a microbiome, that's the little world that lives in your gut, full of good bacteria, some bad, but it's kept in check by the good stuff, yeast, there's viruses, there's parasites, but it's a whole world that lives within us. And it serves a good purpose. It makes our B vitamins, it helps our digest our food, keeps our gut healthy, communicates with our immune system, but sometimes it gets off. And in me, it got way off. And with all those fancy tests, no one was able to figure my problem out. But when I did this test, luckily for me, I found it, and I was able to direct both my medical treatment and my natural care to getting my gut restored. And for me, it's a little work in progress because it went on for a while before we found the answers, and I'm working on my gut health. So if you're like me and you're having some gut problems but can't quite figure out why, there are tests that we can do to check out the microbiome. And the reason we're filming this and sending this message out today is the laboratory that I often use. This really never ever happens, but they're having a sale. They're reducing some of their prices and we're passing that on to you. And I love this test. This test really helped me so much. I don't know that I would ever found what was going on with my gut health, what was causing my bloating and nausea if I hadn't run this test. So I thought it was really exciting that they're having this little sale. We talked about it, they're having a sale on some of their hormone testings too, which we did a video on that. But this one is kind of close to my heart because it really personally helped me so much. So I wanted to share it with you because I know I have a lot of patients that will express that they're having a lot of gastrointestinal issues. So if you're like me and wanting to have some answers, now's a great time to kind of check the office out and learn a little bit more about this test. So if you're interested, just give the office a call, send us an email. We can tell you more about the test. We're attaching some more information, but we are going to pass that savings on to you. Unfortunately, the savings doesn't last forever, and the test does take a little time. But if you're wanting to talk with somebody a little bit more about your gastrointestinal problems, try to say that fast, you're welcome to reach out to us. We can tell you a little bit more about the test, and we can bring you in to speak with you. But I wanted to share with you my little story. It was really a long journey for me to get better, and I was blessed to have this information because it was more of a functional problem, and that's what this test is good at. So we, as always, will be posting a recipe along with this because we always like to post some fun recipes to this. If you have any questions or want to reach out, remember we always do for new patients 10-minute complimentary phone consultation. So if you have any questions about our office, you're always welcome to schedule that 10-minute phone conversation through Sarah as well if you call the office. Also, on our website, if you go to the restorativhealthcenter.com, we have quizzes, which are always fun, but we do have a gastrointestinal GI digestion quiz you can take too. So if you're wondering if your symptoms could be related to your gastrointestinal tract, go and take that quiz today. Hope everyone has a great day and hope to talk to you all soon.